update on Myers not out there today?
Myers is 2 to 4 weeks, lower body injury.
I'm going with the second power play, and we saw you had 2 defensemen for a little bit, also mixed up with 1 defenseman. What's the difference that you kind of see there on that second unit when you have Jack Rathbone on the right side compared to Nils Höglander?
Well, I mean, it's preseason. We're just trying everybody out in different spots and seeing what it works. We got a lot of combinations going for tonight, and that was one of them.
Tonight is kind of like another evaluation night for Niels Almond. I mean, so far so good through the preseason. Is tonight a night where it's just kind of like you want to push him a little bit at this point in the final game?
Well, I mean, we want to, I mean, it's been a very small sample, so I mean, we'd like to see him more and more, and see if he falls down, or like, I mean, if the pace as preseason keeps going gets higher, whether he stays at a good level or whether he drops down a bit. So I mean, it's always good to evaluate new guys that you haven't seen a lot, see them play a little bit more.
When you did some power play work out there, Quinn seemed to be an observer. Is he playing tonight?
No. Okay. I mean, Miller didn't play last game. Miller's playing tonight. Quinn's not playing tonight. I figure we know what he can do.
Through the preseason, you have put an A on PD and Quinn at times, and I know nothing is done without thought at this level. Is that just a nod to their sort of expanding role in the leadership group, and is there an A up for grabs when the regular season starts?
Well, I mean, no, we got Bo and, well, I mean, no. I mean, we're going with the same group that we've had. I mean, I think they're great, OEL, Miller, and Horvat, but I wanted to let both PD and Quinn know that they're right on the cusp of this, and they are part of the leadership group, even though they don't wear an A on a daily basis. If one of those guys, touch wood, isn't playing through injury or whatever, those are guys we're looking at to wear the A that will someday take the mantle, and be those guys.
Where's the one thing you can't manufacture is emotion. In preseason, the veterans are going to play at a certain level. Once that regular season starts, the emotional impact that you guys will play with, how important will that be part of your game?
Well, it's amazing. Like, I mean, you look at it and you go on the pace is okay. Like the last game against the Oilers, I thought the pace was really good and the intensity was really good, but they don't realize that once the season starts, it picks up an awful lot. And so we have to try to, as the preseason goes along, we have to pick it up quite a lot. Now, hopefully that's the case that, we're getting better tonight and we're picking it up a little bit. And so we're ready to meet the push of the Oilers on Wednesday. But that's the way I perceive training camp. I mean, other guys might perceive it differently, but that's what I want to do is, so by the time we play the game and we have 3 good practices this week, that we're emotionally involved and we're ready to play.
With Myers out 2 to 4 weeks, is that pretty much established that Quinn maybe opens the season on the right side?
I got to figure this one out yet. We got a lot of lefties, not a lot of righties, but whatever the combinations are that work, we'll probably use. So there's a good possibility that might happen, but because he wasn't playing tonight and the Myers news is fairly recent, that I haven't really delved into it as to who's going to play where come Wednesday night.
What about McCabe? I know we asked you a couple nights ago, but is there any kind of update on his timeline?
Yeah, I think if you're here at practice Sunday, he'll be probably in a non-contact jersey for a bit, and we're hoping Besser's ready to practice full by the time we practice again.
Do you expect them both to go on the trip to start the year?
Both of them, I expect them to be on the trip.
So is Brock kind of ahead of schedule now? I mean, initial timeline would have suggested he might have missed some time at the start of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're a little bit on the hope thing, but he's been out there skating and handling the puck, and he's determined to want to try it. So, we'll see how it works out on Sunday's practice.